Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here with Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com. Coming back to you with another video. And in today's video, I wanted to go over 15 questions that I received about my Amazon business. You might be wondering, Steve, how did your 2025 go? How much money did you make? How much profit did you make? What are you flipping? You know, how'd your business go, right? How is it looking for 2026? I wanted to cover these 15 questions that I've received in the past. Some of them have gone unanswered on my channel, which honestly, guys, I apologize. Seriously, I do my best to get back to all the questions, but there's so many coming in all different platforms, and there's just only so much time in the day. So again, I really do love helping you guys and answering as many questions as possible. So I hope this video can help. Okay, so let's get right into today's video. All right, so question number one, and I'll be looking down at my laptop, is what business model am I currently running right now? How am I sourcing my inventory? So for me, 99.9% of the inventory that I'm selling, I'm buying from eBay.com. So I buy all different types of products, which I'll talk about in this video, undervalued on eBay and flip them on Amazon. Now, I still do go to some thrift stores and garage sales. And if you look on like Facebook and Instagram, that's a lot of my content, because a lot of the beginners, I don't really recommend jumping into what I do, because it's best to start with books and used items. And I mean, you could flip new DVDs and different things from like thrift stores and garage sales, but what I do, eBay to Amazon, takes more money, it takes more skill, it takes more capital, software, so on and so forth. But for me and my business, I'm pretty much all eBay to Amazon flipping. Question number two, how much have I sold in the last 12 months and how many units is that, right? How many items did I have to sell to make the money that I did? So in the last 12 months, I just looked this up, I've sold $758,000 worth of products on Amazon. Now that's not all profit, that's just gross. That doesn't include returns, refunds, paying for my team, taxes, all that stuff. But that was my top of the line revenue. I'll talk about profit in a minute. And for me to sell $758,000 in the last 12 months, I had to sell 7,336 units. So that's over $100 per flip, which is known as your ASP. So I focus on higher ticket items. Question number three, how is your account health, Steve, considering that you don't have invoices, you're buying from eBay? How many negative feedbacks do you have? IP complaints, customer complaints, and how many dings do I have on my account? So I looked all this information up before the video to be prepared. But in the last 12 months, I got 31 positive feedback on Amazon. That's not much, over 7,000 sales and only 31 positive feedback, which is crazy. So when you're selling on Amazon, I think it's like almost like every 100 items that you sell, you can expect a review, if I'm doing the math correct. Maybe more, 200 items, right? But yeah, 31 positive reviews. I did get probably 7 or 8 negative feedback throughout the year, but on Amazon, it's super duper easy to get negative feedbacks removed from your account. You really don't have to worry about those. It's more of like the IP complaints and counterfeit complaints and condition complaints that you have to worry about. But I got all of them removed. It's super simple. I've got a video on my YouTube channel. If you just type in Raiken Profit, how to remove negative feedbacks, I have a video that walks you through how to do it step by step. It takes like 10 seconds, but you have to do it within, I think, the first like month, or else you can't get it removed, something like that. But in terms of my account health right now, I have 0 IP complaints, 0 suspected IP complaints, counterfeit complaints. And I've had probably 3 or 4 that I've gotten IP complaints and counterfeits over the last year. But I always remove them, right? So there's different ways that you could remove them: by opening up cases, appealing them. A lot of times they'll give you the option to just acknowledge the complaint and remove it. Sometimes they don't, and you have to kind of fight with them. But I had like 3 or 4 different issues over the last year, maybe 2 or 3, but I got them all removed. So my account health is perfectly clean right now. Oh, and also one thing I want to remember to mention right now, because I'm going to be posting this video tomorrow, I've got a special Black Friday promotion going on. So if you are thinking about maybe getting into eBay to Amazon, and maybe you've been thinking about using the tool Replay Catcher, which is the tool I developed over about 2.5 years ago, we have a special promotion on Replay Catcher, up to 60% off the different plans. So you can check out the link down below. And also I've got some sales going on for my eBay to Amazon Masterclass. my Amazon to Amazon masterclass that I did with Joji, my virtual assistant masterclass, the E2A master sheet, a whole bunch of different products and courses that I have. I'm running pretty much like the craziest, most insane deals that I've ever run in my whole life. So you can check the links out down below if you want to check that out. All right, back to the video. Question number 4. Steve, what's your average profit per flip in 2025? So I did look at all these numbers before, and it's about $33 average profit per flip in 2025. So between 30 to 35. Now there are some items I make $100 per flip. There are some items that I make $10 or $11 or $12. But on average, over the 7,300 items that I flipped, my average profit is between 30 to 35. Now, when you're brand new, your average profit might be $7 or $8, $9, $10. I've been doing this for 5 years. I've sold almost $3 million, over 650,000 net profit, probably more than that now in the last 5 years. So, I mean, I'm not getting rich doing this, but it's a really good income stream and it's getting better every single year. But when I first started, my average selling price was like $35 and my average profit was probably like 8 or 9. Over the years, I've built my replens list and I've improved the items that I source. I've gotten ungated. I've just built my replens list up. Question number 5. What's my average ROI per flip? So ROI is, your pretty much your return, right? If you spend $100, what do you expect to make back, right? Now that doesn't include, fees and expenses and all of that. But for me, it's about 60 to 80% is my average ROI. I don't know my exact 100% ROI. But for anybody who follows me, like if you're in my eBay to Amazon Facebook Masterclass group, which is free, check that out down below. I post a weekly scorecard every single week. And my minimum ROIs are always at least 50 to 60%. And that doesn't even include my $7 overhead per flip. So I would say on average, my ROI, my return on investment, is between 60 to 80%. And I'm going to be raising that even more in 2026. All right, question number 6. How much inventory did I have in my Amazon store over the last 12 months to be able to do $758,000? So right now, I have, I think, less than 700 items. For the first half of the year, I only had about 500 items in my inventory. The second half, it did increase. It got up to about 850 items as I approached, October, because I spent a whole bunch of money in August and September and October, just like growing and getting ready for Q4. So it did get up to about 850. Now we're less than 700, but the first half of the year, it was like 450, 500 items. So that's what I love about eBay to Amazon. You don't need to have 5,000 items in your inventory. There's not this huge threat of tons of items sitting and not selling and then having to remove them for thousands of dollars. When you're doing eBay to Amazon, it's the ultimate cherry picking experience. You're going after items that are going to sell. You're cherry picking higher ticket items, or at least like $30, $40 items, usually not less for eBay to Amazon. But yeah, I keep a small, lean inventory, and in 2025, my average sell-through rate was 69%. So my inventory was turning over fully in less than a month and a half. So yeah, not a huge inventory. And that's one of the things I love about eBay to Amazon flipping, which again, I didn't mention this, but anybody could do this. Like people think like eBay to Amazon is like only for people who've been selling for 10 years, only for people who have $50,000 a month to invest. Yes, I did invest, around $30,000 per month, sometimes less, and sometimes more. There was actually a month I sold, or I spent over $70,000 in 1 month. But when I started, I was only spending a couple $100 a month, and then $500 a month, then $1,000, $2,000. Anybody can do this. And I recommend, like, if you're struggling with thrift stores or you're struggling with the used buy box and you want to start selling items faster on Amazon, going after higher tickets, start going after new DVDs, new board games, new toys, new office supplies, any and everything that you could get ungated in. But I keep a small lean inventory, quick turnover rate. And again, that's one of the things I love about eBay to Amazon. Question 7, I already kind of answered this. How much money do you have to spend on eBay to generate over 700,000? So I spent around 300,000, probably a little bit more. I have to run the official numbers because I spent a ton of money the last couple of months gearing up for Q4. But I spent, I'll say probably around $300,000 on eBay. All right, question number 8, how much total net profit do I expect to make on $750,000? So I'm thinking that, and again, it depends how many like returns I get and, you know, running the final numbers and everything. And this is pre-tax, so this doesn't include like taxes and everything. But it's going to probably be around 150 to 175,000. Last year, it was around 130, well, it was 170,000, but I paid myself 130,000 because I had about 140,000, or I had, 40,000 in the business. So I made about 170,000. I had about 40,000 in the business. So I paid myself 130,000, if that makes sense. This year, it's probably going to be a little bit more than that. I have to run the final numbers, but I think it's going to be at least 175,000. Just in the last 30 days, it was 26,000 net profit. So we'll have to see how numbers shake out, and I'll make an update video for you. All right, question number 9, what categories am I flipping from eBay to Amazon? So a lot of people think I'm only doing books. Books is actually my smallest category. And you know I love books, especially from thrift stores, library sales, but eBay to Amazon, I think there's way better products to flip that sell faster, that make more money, that, I mean, just are better items to flip. So for me, my top category in 2025 was toys. And then it was followed up by office supplies, electronics, tools. DVDs was another big category. I flipped board games, video games, and books was my smallest category. So that's the cool thing with eBay to Amazon. You could flip pretty much anything and everything. Question number 10 is, what condition do I sell my products? I'm 99.9% new. Now, when it comes to books, I never sell a book new. But again, I sell mostly new items. So I love new. I think they're safer. I think it's easier to read the buy box. I think the items flip a lot faster. I think a lot of people are misinformed about selling new condition. They think, oh my God, if you don't have invoices and you sell new, you're going to get kicked off. I've had more issues on Amazon over the years with used books and used products in general versus new. It's new, it's sealed. Typically, it's not going to have any issues unless there's, you know, like a manufacturer problem or something like that. With used, it could be broken. You have to test it. There could be condition issues, you know, so on and so forth. So I love new. I think new is like the best way to sell on Amazon, but to each their own. All right. Question number 11, do I have my items shipped to my house or do I use a prep center? So for me, for the last 500 plus days, I actually just made a video about this. I'm selling all my items through a prep center. So I don't see my products. I don't touch my products. I don't list the products. They don't come to my house. Literally, my virtual assistants buy everything on eBay. The items get shipped to Little Owl Prep in Ohio. And again, just Google Little Owl Prep. They are taking on customers. I'm not affiliated. I don't get paid. But it's the best. I love the fact that I don't even have to see the products, touch them, list them, ship them, deal with boxes or anything. So the first 3 years I did have everything come to my house. I didn't have a prep center, so I listed and shipped everything myself. And that's what I recommend if you're new. But I'm all prep center now. Question number 12. How many hours per week am I spending on my Amazon business right now? So honestly, guys, it's about 30 to 60 minutes per week. The reason is because I have a team. I have 5 virtual assistants, 2 who source for me. They're all out of the Philippines, 1 who reprices part-time, 1 full-time who does all my back-end admin stuff, and then 1 that does the bookkeeping and all that. So there's not really much for me to do in the business other than check over my scorecards, my KPIs, make sure the team's doing their job, making sure they're working, making sure we're hitting our metrics, so on and so forth. And again, that's why it's very important. I've made a video about this, having a scorecard, having a KPI tracking sheet to make sure your numbers are getting hit. That's really all I care about. So that's what I spend my time on. And then obviously building systems, checking up on the team, improving systems, checking the eBay purchases from time to time, just making sure everything's on track. All right, question number 13. And it's getting a little cold out here, so I'm gonna keep moving. Do I have any challenges that I'm dealing with in my eBay to Amazon business and anything I'm focused on moving into the new year? So yes, the big thing is returns. My return rate is getting higher and higher. And my return rate in 2025 was over 10%. And you might be thinking, holy crap, that's crazy. How are you making money? That's insane. Keep in mind, not every single return is gonna be unsellable. Yes, around 70% of my returns are unsellable, so I have to get them shipped back to my house and liquidate them. But 30% of my returns I could resell and I make money on. And And again, my ROI, my average ROI is 60 to 80%. So I could lose on, 10, 15, 20% of my items overall and still make good money. But it definitely hurts, and it's definitely killing my net profits. So one of the things that I'm going to be spending a lot of time on over the next 5 weeks before the new year is diving into all of the ASINs that I sold, all the brands, and trying to really figure out which brands are a pain in the butt, which ASINs are getting returned all the time, or which products am I selling that are just in this perpetual like return cycle. Like, what are the big problems? And also, what are the ASINs that I'm just doing the best on, the lowest return rate, the lowest hassle, they're just killing it, they're crushing it. Those are the ones that I want to double down on. So those are the big things. Also optimizing some systems with the prep center, making sure that they're doing their job, prepping their items. I might actually have some of my items pay a little bit more to get them like boxed and have some extra prep work, because again, some of the returns are just ridiculous. And then overall, just doubling down on my best replens. Those are the kind of the challenges, and figuring out how we can source the best replens more often. And yeah, I think that answers that question. Question 14, how am I dealing with getting ungated on Amazon? A lot of people are trying to get ungated in like tons of brands and products. And here's the deal. You can make 6 figures per year in profit just getting ungated in 5 to 10 really good brands, right? A lot of people think that, to make good money, you got to be ungated in 500 brands. That's not true. The truth is Amazon is making it a lot harder to get ungated. They're requiring more items for you to buy to get ungated. Sometimes they're rejecting you. So sometimes you have to honestly, like if you're trying to get ungated for DVDs, you have to apply, like you have to close the case and then reapply with a new rep, and do that 5 or 6 times, because Amazon's just a pain in the butt lately. Everything Amazon touches is becoming more difficult nowadays. And I made a video about this before. People want Amazon to get easier. I'm sorry, it's only going to get harder. You have to get better. You have to dial in your systems. You have to improve your ROI. You have to improve your systems. And I'm not going to go down a whole rabbit hole right now, but 5 to 10 really good brands. Okay. So figure out what are the items that you're already selling and double down on them. If you consistently see like new opportunities in Replen Catcher, or new opportunities that you want to flip but you're gated, go out to, different suppliers, right? Like even sometimes Walmart and Target will work, or just post in the groups, right? It depends what you're trying to get ungated on. Of course, CDs, DVDs, christianbook.com, but post in the Facebook groups. People will tell you how to get ungated, but 5 to 10 really good brands. I know that probably doesn't answer the question too much, because I could go down a rabbit hole with this, but I don't spend a lot of time getting ungated anymore, just because I have, 10, 20, 30 really, really good brands that I sell nowadays. Now, again, that's more than 5 to 10, but you can seriously make a freaking killing with just a couple brands. So sell what you can. The more you sell, Amazon's going to auto ungate you. And then last but not least, what's my best advice for people who want to start eBay to Amazon flipping but don't know where to begin? My best advice is start small, right? Start with, like, for example, for anyone who's going to take advantage of the Replen Catcher Black Friday promotion, get Replen Catcher, because you can integrate it with your Amazon account and it'll pull in all of your orders, and you can just literally track all of the items that you sold in the past. For example, maybe you sold DVDs, books, different things for over 40 bucks. Replen Catcher will pull those in. You could track them, and you could literally monitor those items that you're already ungated on, those ASINs that you already know that you've sold for 40 or 50 bucks. So when they come up on eBay for 10 or 15 or 20 bucks, you can make a best offer, or you can, buy it outright. But start small. Start by spending $20 a week, and then $50 a week, then $100 a week. Keep doing your thrifting, your library sales, your garage sales. But what you want to do is start going into this, I call it this arena, right? This sourcing arena of eBay to Amazon, because it's unlimited. You can do it from home. You don't have to leave your house. You can do it at any time of the day. You can have virtual assistants do it. You can do it. It comes directly to your house. Like, you can scale a lot quicker if you have the capital. Again, if you don't have capital, then spend your time at the thrift stores, but just start small. Go through your replens, import your replens into Replen Catcher, which again, you can do that in minutes, and just start really, really slow, and spend 90% of your time on what you're doing right now, and maybe 10% on eBay to Amazon, and then slowly 15%, 20%, 30%, 40%, sell what you can sell, right? If you're brand spanking new, start with the thrift stores and everything, but it's a slow journey. When I first started eBay to Amazon over 5 years ago, I didn't just jump headfirst into it. I spent $100 a week, and then 200, 300. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody on the internet. You gotta find maybe someone that you trust, right? And don't take everything they say as freaking 100% true. Test it out yourself. See if what I'm saying is true. Start small, but it's the same exact thing. There's no difference buying from eBay to flip on Amazon versus a thrift store, garage sale, library sale, Facebook marketplace, flea market, pawn shop. It's all the same thing. The only difference is you're spending more money on eBay, right? You're not spending a buck or two like at a thrift store. You're spending more money on eBay because it's offered to the world. So obviously the price is going to be higher, but you're leveraging your time. Really, you're leveraging your capital and you're leveraging your time. You're having this stuff come to your house. And yes, you are spending more money, but you're saving up time, right? So as you build up your capital, you could buy more and more. Like the easiest thing with eBay to Amazon is spending money, right? The hardest part is listing it and shipping it and repricing it and getting it to sell and keeping Amazon off your butt with IP complaints. And, you know, I talk about it all the time. You have to fly under the radar with eBay to Amazon. You don't go after the super fast, most popular stuff. It's the stuff under the radar, similar to when you're thrifting and whatnot. Make a ton of best offers on eBay. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And again, I appreciate you guys, and I apologize if I ever am not able to answer your questions or I miss a question. That's why I highly recommend join my Facebook group. If you just go to Facebook, eBay to Amazon Masterclass Raiken Profit. If you tag me in there at Steve Raiken, I answer all the questions. 99%. I try my best, honestly. Yeah, if any of you guys are looking to invest in your education or invest in software to help you with eBay to Amazon, I'm telling you guys, this is a freaking, I don't want to say a once in a lifetime, but I've never done a deal like this before on all my courses, on Replay Catcher. Like if you're serious about stepping up your game and freaking sourcing killer deals and growing your business on Amazon in 2026 and beyond, check out the courses, check out the Replay Catcher. This, I'm telling you, this isn't hype. I've never done deals like this in all the last 5 years with any of the courses, with any of the softwares or any, I'm telling you, like this is the craziest discount ever because times are tough. Prices are up, inflation is up, Amazon's squeezing. So I want to do something special to help you guys out, help me out as well. Win-win, bring us together. I love coaching people. I love helping. I love serving. And you guys know it's not just about the money for me. I'm passionate about this stuff, guys. I love eBay to Amazon. I love seeing people win, my students, my friends win. I got my mom doing eBay to Amazon now. So I hope this helps you guys out. I appreciate you guys. Much love. Happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving. If I don't talk to you, have a safe Black Friday. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Much love. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.